correctly, Secretary of State, your position is that the bill, having passed through committee in the House of Commons...
Now, this bill has the very great merit of having passed through a very intensive period of debate and amendment. Let's not forget that. Yes.
Yes, after which, to the consternation of the government, it meets with this very unexpected opposition in the Lords. Lord Hincham, perhaps the most surprising thing about this whole issue is that your attack on this bill comes in a maiden speech.
Well, I don't know that that's very much to the point, but this legislation, if it were enacted, would increase rather than lessen the plight of homeless people in this country. That is the widely held opinion of people concerned with the subject. And it's the general opinion of the upper house.
Yes, that is, of course, with respect, complete nonsense.
Nobody lightly undertakes a subject of this kind in a maiden speech to the Lords. Oh, quite right. Nor would I have made my intervention without the strongest possible belief in the justice of what I was saying.
Lord Hincham is perfectly entitled to his opinions, and of course the government will consider what he has to say.
The bill will be further amended.
I can only repeat that the government will consider what he has to say. But at the end of the day, it's the government that governs.
Secretary of State, Lord Hincham, thank you very much. Well, a bad night for government ministers. And what might be seen as a further rebuff to the Commons by a very dramatic and noteworthy maiden speech in the unelected chamber. And now, still on the subject of homeless people, albeit...
Dramatic and noteworthy.
Prices in London and South East. Difficulties.
Would either of you like a drink?
No, thank you. Well, I suppose you realise the dreadful damage you've done to the very people you're trying to help?
I'm trying to help people who are, at this moment, sleeping rough on London streets. Is that so difficult? And it was hardly a single-handed effort. You took a drubbing.
Yes, well, we can all predict the headlines, can't we? I dare say you won't be short of press coverage.
I don't write the headlines. And I might be slightly less interested in press coverage than you.
Can I...
What?
I know my producer will be down in a moment.
No, I must go. Well, congratulations on a telling political debut.
Thank you for saying so.
His Lordship gave us a good show last night. Would you like to supervise, my lady?
No. Will you walk as we talk? Such a lovely morning.
Of course.
Thanks. Child, I used to think living in the country was like being on holiday forever.
You always lived in London?
We had a flat in Bayswater. Rather a grand one. Not the best address, as I never failed to tell my parents.
I wanted to say, your father was a very great man.
Yes, he was. He thought extremely well of you, too. The fish farm, my dear, that's what we're talking about, isn't it? You want to know if we're broke, don't you? Why are you smiling?
I don't care if you're broke or not. It's none of my business. The smile tells you no damn well you're not.
If you're looking for breakfast...
I'm not. And who the hell said you can hang that there?
Your mother.
I decide where the pictures are to be hung.
You're not looking for breakfast, are you?
Bring some coffee to the office.
Nice of you to see me. Ah, there's a specially kind piece about you in The Guardian.
Oh, really?
I'll come straight to the point. What the bloody hell do you think you're doing?
I was told you were upset.
Speaking as the government whip, Hincham, I was astonished more than anything else.
Have some coffee?
So you accept that the government is entitled to be annoyed?
You would say so, yes.
First, we have a member of Parliament down there who is very good before you started chucking your weight about. The PM was less than delighted with you about that. You then take up your seat in the Lords, and yesterday, without so much as a by your leave, you make your maiden speech an attack on the Social Services Secretary.
An attack on a shoddy and disreputable bill of his.
You're an expert on the homeless, are you?
Doesn't need expertise. Nobody should have to sleep on the street. I'm sure you'd agree.
If you choose to make a nuisance of yourself, at least find something more in your line.
Oh, you mean the baiting of badgers, the trade in live horses to the continent, that sort of thing?
Not complicated social issues about which you know nothing.
I have seen people sleeping on the streets of London. Your man and his petty bill will add to them. That's all I need to know.
Aren't you in enough trouble?
I'm not in any trouble at all, as far as I know.
What is it? Are you bored? Some people say that you're bored and that you're looking for a fight.
Grandage, I must tell you, I don't give a damn about the government. I'm not a member of any party, and I don't give a damn about that either. I'm a private citizen exercising my freedoms.
You're a bloody madman. Do you think that we're going to let you crash about in the Lords, making a fool of yourself?
I took my seat in the Lords to honor the memory of a friend. I don't intend to sit there and say nothing.
They're right about you, Hincham. You don't know us.
Is that what they say?
You don't know us, and you want to judge us. I'm on the committee here, and I can tell you that there are a growing number of people who would prefer not to speak to you. Good day to you.
Want a lift?
Not really.
I'll jump in. I want to show you something.
He looks very brown. What else is she doing here?
The contracts are exchanged the day after tomorrow. We are putting up at the Dolphin. She asked if she could use the pool ahead of completion. What a cheek. But I couldn't think of any good reason why not. All of 22, my dear. He's 30. If Action Man ever went into the stock market, he'd look just like Casper.
Casper?
He told me his family was 13th century. So was mine. She's called Cressida. She was definitely run up in some designer workshop. She doesn't come from the 13th century. She's a totally now person.
I shall miss you, Barbara.
Oh, we're not going very far. Look, I know Michael and Ewan will never speak again unless they absolutely have to, but...
You can invite me over to tea.
I love this house. I'm bloody miserable, as a matter of fact.
Well?
You don't really want me to say anything, do you?
Say what you like.
I was married in a church when I was 19, with 4 bridesmaids and a dress from London. 200 guests and a marquee.
Big wedding.
Wasn't it? My father's wedding present was a gift-wrapped car. 4 years later, I started having an affair with an airline pilot.
Dorothy, I'm sure you're trying to be helpful. I just can't quite see how.
You can be very cruel sometimes, Jamie.
If you say so.
Look, I think what I'm trying to say is grow up. Or at the very least, stop moping. One of the things you can't do if you're going to run off and scandalize everybody is hang around at the door. That's what I found out. Go or stay.
What are you doing in London? I heard you were in Antigua.
I was.
Good boat? Good skipper?
Very. That isn't you.
Ah, well, things have been happening in Happy Valley since you were away. We'll have a drink.
Aren't you going to buy anything here?
You've lost weight, Tish, but you're more beautiful than ever. No, I don't think so.
Jamie.
I thought I heard Barbara Chivers.
She gave me a lift. Come in a minute.
Well, I...
Come in.
Don't ask me anything.
Of course not.
I'm going away for a bit.
Have you cleared your diary with Dorothy?
Yes.
Holiday? A break?
Yes, like that.
I see.
What are you reading?
Does it matter? Phipps on the armies of the First French Republic.
Volume 3 is missing.
You're such an owl, Jamie. Have a nice break.